Hello, this is Jyoti from PrompTech. Today I'm going to explain how a Salon software works in this video. So I'll start with the login details. As soon as you log in, you'll see this page, right? The screen, masters. Now this box appears. Now I'm entering the details of the salon name. I'll enter the address, right? So I'm just entering my own address. In short, you can see you just have to go through all the details. You can enter in details. These are the details which will appear when you're taking a printout of your receipt, right? This is your own company details which will appear on this page, right? Okay, I'll just enter the email ID as well. Okay, now here you can even add your image of the company. We have a box for that. Let's browse the image. I'll add my own company image. Okay, my company's name is PrompTech, so obviously I'll add my own company image, right? Let me search PrompTech. Okay, that's done. This is TRN number, tax registration number. You can add your own tax registration number. In the bill footer, you can add thank you, visit again, or you can just say thank you. That is up to you, right? Let the currency be AED, right? Decimal point, keep it 1, or you can keep it 2 also. Depends how much the point, obviously it depends upon you, right? Enable the logo on the print because so that you can see the print. Tax 5%. Now I'm saving it, so the status will come updated. Yeah, successfully saved. Now if you want to go again and change anything, I can go master salon details and update the details as per your thing. You can keep updating on the box, right? Next thing is supplier entry, right? So for the supplier entry, the supplier code will always be there. So any new supplier, like I'm taking of Lulu International. Now if you want to enter some other supplier's name, you again go to the box, open the box, and you'll again find the new supplier code here. So here I've already entered Lulu. Now they are already there. So you can fill the details of your suppliers. You can keep a record of it and update it time to time, right? Whatever the number or anything is there, you can keep deleting. Everything is there, right? So this is done, and now you can again go and check if you want. See, you can add more. Keep adding it till how much ever suppliers you have for the company. Now let's go to the category. Category is what are the things you have in your salon, right? What are the functions or whatever you use, you can do in your salon. Like I'll do with a hair treatment, nail. So I put a nail treatment here. Then you can even do waxing, whatever you want to in your, you can keep adding it. This is basically a service sector, right? Where you can go to the masters and then go to the service details, right? In the service details, you can actually select the category. Before that, if in the category division, we selected hair treatment and everything. But here in service, inside the hair, what are the other services? For example, haircut is there, men's haircut, kids haircut, whatever you want to write, you can write. Unit is the price of that haircut. Loyalty points, you can think. Commission is to be the staff who is doing it. You can give commissions to them, right? And still, see, let me add kids cut. Okay, so I've added the kids cut here. Your 20 AD is the price, and duration is 13 minutes, right? And commissions, how much a percent you want to give it to your staff, that is according to your thing. And then save it, right? This is basically for the hair. Like that, you can go to the different things. Like for example, you can go for as you said, hair. Then you can go for the other massages or the facials or anything. You can actually categorize it. Then now I'll go to the client. You go to the masters, where this is basically to record the client's full portfolio, right? Here, for example, Mr. John is there. He came for a haircut. I've just made John male. He's in haircut. Address, if he's giving, well and good. Write it down. City and everything. Otherwise, only number and name is even enough to save it. You don't have to take all the details from the customer, right? Whatever he is comfortable of giving, that is fine. You can just take the name, number, right? Here I'm just writing all the details for that. It looks for just for the namesake. But as person, you want to take the customer details, whatever he is giving, you can give. And as soon as I say, I can go to the list and now check. So the entire update of John is there, and even in future if I want to edit, that is also fine. I can edit it accordingly. Okay, so now I'll talk about the packages on the desktop. Right here I'll go and select it, the pop-up which opens. Right, you can put different type of packages. Here I put select any 3. Right, then I can put the duration, the number of days the package is valid for. I'll put the cost as well. Let me put 50. I'm just saving it. Right, let me close it and show it to you again. Create a package. Now you'll already see it there. Right, anything you want to update, you can click on that button and upgrade it. Right, see, I've updated on the number of validity. Everything can be updated as per the requirement. Now let me go to the services, which can be read. As soon as you go to package name, right, you'll see select any is already there. Now you can go to the category, which was a tab before, where we already stored the things, and you can actually pin down the things which you want. So I can give a list of the things. Here I'm just choosing anything random there. Right, you can choose anything. Right, just go through the things whatever you want to give it in any 3 package. So I'll give a list of 4-5 things, and the customer can choose accordingly. I've just saved it. Now things will get saved automatically. See, if you, as soon as I click on select any 3, the 4 items are there. So when a customer comes, right, he can directly see it. Right, even in package list you go, you will have a list. So you can create packages as per your requirement. Right, and things would be there. You can update it, right, clear it, delete it as per your requirement. Right, now last is the package building. I go the client's name I can choose. The last time I chose John. I am just taking his name, package, select any 3. So he has got for select any 3. So I can choose any 3. He can choose any 3 from the packet according to date. The day you can put the time, and when will, till what time is the package validity, you can choose for him. So I have choose the first 3 for him and save, and he is paid. Now 50 dirham is the bill. He can pay for the package as well. Right, now these things would be stored for a customer till the end date is there available. Right, so you can store the package, you can update the package. Right, and as per the customer details can also be stored till what time the package is valid. Okay, now let me start with the product sector, where products we can do the product creation. Right, the product code will automatically be generated. Then you can select the product name, that is L'Oreal. Right, category is actually previously assigned, but if you want you can write it down yourself as well. This is a selling product. You can write the price of it and the number of units you're gonna buy. Right, so it's just the general category which I'm creating for products of shampoo, cream, or anything which you're buying from the vendor. You have to just create, and you can even put the record of the commissions will be paid to your staff when they are selling these products. Right, so different things with supplier, loyalty point, everything is mentioned. So here I have taken 3 items. Right, so first I did with Head and Shoulders, L'Oreal, and now I'm doing it with Dove. Right, 2 purchases, 20 purchase, price 25, VAT you can add 5%. Right, and accordingly loyalty points also you can add it accordingly. Right, so this is basically a product creation which I am done. Right, you can actually even select the supplier's name. Right, so then save it successfully. So all the things which you have saved will come. Right, now we can exit. Right, I'll just update it here. Okay, right, so you can, whatever you want to clear, delete, or anything, you can click on it and update after automatically. Right, next would be the purchased. Right, here GRN number, it is basically a vendor purchase number, where actually whatever, for example Lulu International I'm purchasing, for generating invoice they'll give me a number on the receipt, that is basically the GRN number. Right, so the invoice date, entry date, everything can be written on it. Right, the product name, how much unit are you purchasing. Right, and here the payment mode I've taken is cash. Right, so you can actually put Lulu I'm taking as an example. You can put whatever you are buying from Lulu, L'Oreal, Dove, everything accordingly can be noted down. The unit, the price, the quantity, the VAT to be added, and the categories as well can be added accordingly. Right, so here I'm just putting things accordingly one by one. Right, so this is already added. Right, now I'm even showing you for the credit. Right, so this was the cash. right? And now is the supplier credit settlement, right? So here, if you have bought it in credit, right, like I showed you in the previous video, you can change the payment mode, right? Now if I bought it from Lulu on a credit, if you go to supplier credit settlement, and next I'm talking about the HRM department, right? So when you go that, you can go to the department and you can put the actually staff, category of staff you are having. Now I'm taking an example of stylist. So I've just added this department, right? As soon as the department is added, you can give a designation. So hairstylist is there, right? So I've just taken hairstylist here. His status is active and it is his designation. Just save it successfully, right? And you can even edit it and update it as per your convenience and then exit the window, right? Now I'll take the salary slabs. Now obviously, right, it depends upon different salons, right? For some salons give fixed salary to their staff, some give commissions to them. So your salary slab is something where, slab name where you can put the category, where if staff does between this much sale to this much sale, or they actually give service to this much people, they get paid accordingly. So this can be done here, right? So I've just taken, now these numbers are just an example, I'm taking it, but you can actually change it according to your own particular salon, right? So this is what the salary slab will do. Next I'll basically go to, right, the salary allowances and deductions, where you give the HRA. First I'll take HRA, where I'll do the HRA can be added. Next is the, the whatever advance loan I'll take, right? In the advance loan, you can just start advance loan giving to your employer or something. You can deduct it later on when the salary is paid. And next but not the least is the salary, right? Whichever it is, how much salary for a fixed employee is paid, you can pay them accordingly. Now, how an employee creation is done, that is what I'm showing. Now, when I go to an employee creation, the next tab, right? Every employee, you can generate a particular code for them. So here I've taken employee number 1, employee name, Jen, let me write down his local contact home, and address, everything is specified. So I have details of each and every staff present over in my, or working in my salon, right? So what all things I'm giving him, what is his nationality, what is designation, all the details, even the passport details, expiry, visa expiry, Emirates ID, every record I'm taking of my employee, right? In the same manner, right, you can actually generate different number of employees. You can keep adding it. So once I'm done with it, I've just saved it, right? And next thing, I've gone with the employee number 2. So like this, you can keep saving, keep writing, filling. If I have 5 employees, all my employee details will be there. And in previous slides, as I showed, you can actually write down how much commission is paid. Now in this, see, for example, this in salary time, this guy I'm paying commissions, right? So here I'll put a slab for him, how much slab he'll get paid, right? So here let me take 15. So according to that slab he'll get. So if a commission is paid to a person, he'll get according to the slab, and that is what it is. Now here I'll talk about the product consumption, right? Now this tab will help you how much is actually consumed from in the salon and how much is left in the inventory. So I'm writing salon shampoo 100 ml which has been consumed, right? So Head and Shoulders is consumed. Now if I go to the inventory report, it's showing 1 is consumed. That means other 19 current quantities. So I had bought 20 and now 19 is remaining, right? Like that, when I keep adding it, the quantity now I have taken is 10, for example, right? Now see what is shown. Now if you go to the inventory, how much ever stock is remaining, it will be shown. For example, the current quantity is only 9 and other things are remaining. So 12 is been utilized and other things are remaining. Actually, that is what is showed here. Okay, now I'll speak about POS or sales, right? This is the registration which is done basically of a new customer in your machine or the system, right? So I'll choose with the new customer, where I'm just putting the details of a new customer. Let me put the name, mail, address. Okay, so whatever the things is, whatever the customer is providing, right, you can put in the details, right? I'll talk about the customer who is not ready to give the details later on, but this is the customer who is giving you the details. Now he's given the details. Now I'm allocating to the staff. So Jan and I were the staffs and I'm allocating them. Here I can choose the services, right? Haircut, how much is the price. So this is the total things that customer has actually taken the services. in the same screen you can delete, clear the row. If you press delete row, a particular row will be deleted. If you clear the row, the entire thing would be cleared, right? So you have to take in care of that. Right now, next is basically you can even utilize for the products used by the client, right? You can take care of it also, the services, what is the package provided to him, everything can be done in the same thing. And then you save, and as soon as you save, the bill counter appears, where you can this is basically, if you want a print of the bill, you can tick mark on this, or that is up to you. Now you can even choose he's paying by cash, card, or he's paying later, and then save it. Now we, as I told you before, we'll talk about a walk-in customer who is without an appointment. Now I just allocated to a staff, and now I'm putting his services across, right? So you can directly, without anything, you can directly make him pay my card or cash, and the thing is over. Now if I go to a new customer or a walk-in customer, right, and I want to change now the staff and everything, it can also be changed. So I go to the bill list, right, and here I take it. Here I can even change the name, even I can delete the bill as well. So it is written, do you want to delete the bill? But every time, always remember, the access of the delete bill is given to the admin. Now if the admin doesn't want to give the access to the employee, it won't be deleted without the permission of the admin. So it depends upon what admin access is given by to the employees here, right? Go to the bill list, right? Now as soon as you go to the bill list, there will be a lot of bills present, right? Click on any bill, add the treatment, edit the treatment, you can change it, clear the row, and everything is there, save, and the person can pin. Now when you're deleting it, as I told, right, admin access is very important. Without admin access, the bill cannot be deleted. Yeah, if the admin is already given the access to the client, then well and good. Now I'll talk about the accounting part, right? Here we can create an account, right? So I'll go to account, head creation, write any expense you have. For example, I'm writing office expensive, account type would be expense account, and I saved, right? Next I can write the owner's withdrawal or owner's cash, right? And then I'll write about the again income, which is for the owner, and again I have saved. Now what happens is you can delete it and go back. Now if I go to accounts, right, and the payments, if I talk about the payments, right, now if I go to the payments, I write the name. For example, any use you can show for the water bill or stationery purchase. Let me write stationery. It would be under the purchase office expense, and the payment amount I have taken cash, and the amount also I'll be writing there. Account name would be always default cash account, right? 100 is the amount, and save. So if you see there, there's already a stationery purchase listed below because we have saved it. Again, you can add anything. For example, stationery, I've again added it, right? This is just I'm taking an example. You can add other bills as well, water bill and all, and put it into a office expense, right? And here let me take about any amount, for example 25 I'm taking, right? And I have saved it. Now you want me to correct it. For example, by mistake it's a correction, you click on the same thing, right? Go to the amount and change the amount and save. It will automatically get saved. And now, right, you can even view the bill, or you can even delete the bill if you want accordingly, right? Let's go to the receipts. Right now I'm talking about the receipts. Right now I'm talking about the receipts, right? Let's talk about the owner withdrawing the money, right? So I'm talking to owner cash. It is according to the cash. Account time would be the normal account name. I'll put owner cash, right? And the amount, for example, I'm putting as I'll take 500 or 1000, right? So I'll just put the amount as 1000, and default cash account it will be again, and I'll save. Right now, as soon as I save, right, the amount is already there. So this is the way you can change the amount as well. See, now I'm changing the amount and I will update it. So everything can be changed, cleared. It depends, all the buttons are present there automatically. Even you can search the receipts as well, and then you can exit. Here I'll be showing you how to make appointments. Now I go into an appointment menu, right? These are the dates already present over there, or the timing, right? I choose the time. As soon as you click on that, this board will appear, the screen will appear. You can categorize hair, for example, hair, nail color, whatever you want to take. Service, what is the service the customer wants, which employee are you assigning for, right? The time of the start and the end of the time, everything can be assigned according to the, even dates can be changed. The client name is already present in the top, right? And see, down also there is a row given where as soon as you put the appointment line is already there. One more thing, if you have to add, again go back, add the other services, and it is done. So if you see in the screen already, whatever appointments you have added, it is there on the screen, right? Now I'll go to the next bar, right? In short, the entire day can be particularly done according to the time. Right now I've taken for the next client also, from first was 8:30, around 8:30 to 9, now it is 9:30 something, right? So now what I'm doing is, next client, again I'm going up, again I'm adding the services. See, the second client also appears. Now this is how you make appointments basically, right? Now you go to appointment 1. Now when you go to appointment 1, and you can even create an invoice when the person is done with the services. You create an invoice where the bill is raised. As soon as the bill is raised, you go to the post, right? Now there is already, the screen appears. Now whatever services he has done, it gets automatically added in there, and that is how you come to know which service is over. Now as soon as that service is over, it goes away from the screen. Again you go to the second appointment 2, the screen will appear, right? And you can create an invoice, or you can delete. If the person is not coming, just delete the appointment time. It is done.